Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I really want to use my voice to talk a little bit about Brown Dust 2 and I want to talk about those things that I think that we definitely need to improve in this game to make it better. To be honest guys, I really love this game. I actually decided to start a YouTube channel due to this game because I wanted to share with people like different things that I was doing or that I was learning about the game at the time, right? And I remember that there were not that many people creating videos for this game, or if they were creating videos, maybe they were not talking about like some specific guys. And actually, my first video, which was about leveling up the crafting to level legendary, right, in only 3 days, actually got a lot of views, and so far I think that it is a 3K views. So that actually made me just want to continue with this game and do as much as I could to you know make this game great and provide content to other people. Actually, when I started this game, I actually started as a meme. I was just I remember I was just sharing my screen through Discord with a friend, and I was just telling him like, "Look at this! Like, check these animations and all of that." We were just laughing about that because I never been an actual fan of like turn-based games, but the strategy and the difficulty and the story of this game actually, um, you know, prove that this game is definitely worthy of your time. But let's go to the point, right? And what I want to talk about is what are some things that I consider that would make this game better. And let me start with this, guys. We need a clear end game. I don't want to feel like in other gacha games that you are actually just leveling up characters, uh, crafting gear, getting her to a good amount of crit rate and crit damage and attack. And then after all of that, you just don't have anywhere to use these characters. And some of you may say, yeah, but we have PvP. But PvP is not it's not rewarding. Like it is an automatic game in which you actually don't really need any um like invest units or dedicate a lot of resources for them. I mean, anyways, PvP in a gacha game is always going to be pay to win. So, I mean, you should just go for whatever is necessary just to get a few ancient crystals, and that's it. So, I don't really think that PvP would be the end game of this game. I really think that we need some content that actually requires you to invest in your characters, that actually requires you to optimize your characters, and then think about a strategy to build to be able to beat that specific content. What exactly? I really don't know. What could it be? Maybe a dungeon, maybe a boss, but definitely we need something that allow us to, want to level up our characters. I don't know. If we're talking about PvP, what about competing to see who is able to clear in a specific amount of rounds or enemies, right, in the fastest? I don't know. That's just an idea. But continuing with other things that we need in this game to make it better. Definitely, we need 5 stars with better tile patterns. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you know that I sometimes rant about some of the 5 stars because either they use too much SP or they don't really have like unique or good attack patterns. Like, why is it that we have characters like Samai or Cry that have insanely great attack patterns, but then all of the 5 stars that we have gotten so far, they are just so bad when it comes to the tiles that they are able to attack. So we definitely need a 5 star that actually has a cross tile pattern attack as well for physical, and we need that the one that we have for magical, which is um, Eclipse, right? And I think that there is a 3 star as well that has that same attack pattern. We need them to be actually good, right? So that they are usable and that we can then take advantage of that. So I would really like to see that they are actually creating characters for 5 star that we feel that are actually useful and that we can use them in many different scenarios. Because, like for example, when it comes to Eleanor, it is so hard to create a specific theme for her because her skill is just sometimes work really, really good, and then other times it is just so bad that it makes no sense. And due to the fact that the skill is actually 5 tiles, but in a very weird positioning, it actually is very expensive. Like the skill is 5 SP without the +3, and then once you have +3, it's 4 SP. So it's very expensive, but you're never actually hitting all enemies with all of the tiles that you have available. It is not possible unless you use Regenet to like snipe a specific enemy and then attack there. Um, Continue now, guys. I think that we really need a new PvP system. The current PvP, I just don't even consider that PvP. That's just some auto battles there, and that's it. I mean, whoever has the higher HP and the better defensive units is going to win, and that's it. Um, I just don't see like the strategies. The strategies are always the same, and that's it. My idea for a better PvP system would actually be that it's a real-time PvP in which you would have some specific time to move around your units and set them up in the field without your enemy being able to see that, right? The enemy is also going to be setting up their team and positioning them, thinking about where it's going to be the best place to put these units to attack, right? And after that, the turns ends, and then the positionings are revealed, and we attack each other, right? And then after that, if there are still characters that are alive, then we're able to do this process again until there is a winner. I think that would be more strategic. I think that it would, make us build more units, think more about the positioning, the tiles that we want to attack, the specific abilities that we want to use, and all of that. If you have a better idea for PvP, just let me know in the comments. I would really, really like to know. And I also would like to take this opportunity to tell you guys that if you're liking my content and you want to support me, all you have to do is just press that subscribe button. It is free. I'm not going to be asking you to press any bells or anything like that. But please subscribe to the channel. It would definitely help me a lot. Okay, guys, continuing. Um, Definitely something else that I have been talking about and that I have mentioned in my previous videos is that some of the buff need to be reworked. And the way in which they should be reworked is that some specific buff should not be able to stack. Like there is no reason why Crit Rate buff should be stacking. When you have Arenas and when you have Helena in the same team and you use both of these skills and then immediately you get 80% crit rate, it just makes building your teams and crafting gear it just doesn't make any sense to me, right? All you are going to be doing is just going for an insane amount of attack and insane amount of crit damage, and then now you have 80% crit rate, so you don't really need anything else, right? So I think that definitely should be changed, and it is not only because it is making building your characters too easy, but it is also because it's not healthy for the future of the game. Like if you are able to do such massive amounts of damage, then what content can be added to the game that you're not going to be able to one shot, right? We definitely need content that we can clear by being as strategic and by using specific units and abilities instead of just going in and one-shotting everything because we have 300% crit damage and 2k attack, right? So let me know in the comments if you agree with me, but I definitely think that crit rate buff should not be stacking. I mean, there's no problem if we have magic attack and attack stacking, but crit rate should not be stacking. And if in the future they decide to add any crit damage buff as well, it should also not stack. Alright, so something else, guys. We definitely need more elemental gameplay. We really need content in which having a specific element is actually important, right? We need something in which if we use a full team of fire units, it is actually the best way to beat that because the fire units actually have a good advantage, right? And they actually would work for that specific content. I know we're missing a lot of units. People would not have enough units of each element. That's definitely correct. But that can be solved. Why? Instead of just releasing and releasing costumes for the same character that are already in the game. Why are you not adding more characters to give more variety so that we can then build different teams that are mono elemental and that would allow us to clear specific content because we have those teams and we have been investing on them. This may be something that is actually not very free to play friendly, but it is still something that is going to be good and enjoyable, and it would actually give you a reason to build more characters and to try something different. Something else I want to mention is that we need a way to replay the story in all of the difficulties. For some reason, we are just not able to go through the story again and complete it again. And I know, like, people like me, to be honest, guys, I didn't had like I was just not reading anything. I was just going through the whole story as fast as I could so that I could get as many resources as possible and then do my summons for Justia because I wanted my Justia to be +5. But now I really would like to be able to, take my time, do this story again, and be able to actually see the story by myself and see what it is, right? Because I really don't even know what it is about, right? Um, but the main thing why I want this to be done is because it would allow us to test characters, for example, and see which characters are going to be the best for clearing in a specific stage. And it also allows us to create some mini games in the community, right, regarding how to complete in a specific part of the story or the story itself. And it also allows us to do some challenges, right, like being able to clear the story with only dark units, or being able to clear the story with only magic units, or things like that. And like, why is it that I have to create an entirely new account to be able to do those things, right? It would be good if I am able to do those things with my own account instead. Something else, guys, is that we need a better reason to revisit the maps. I know that we can go to all of the maps, kill all of the monsters, and get some gold, but I just don't think that that's you know good enough of a motivation for you to go back and go to all of those maps. I think that some of us would really like to have something difficult to do in the game. And what about instead of having these monsters that they spam in the maps and all you have to do is just run from them because they just don't do anything. All they do is that you have to run from them until they disappear. Why don't you make those to be a field boss or something like that? And that if you are able to come with a good strategy and kill it, then it would require you with like some like decent amount of gold, right? I'm not asking for a lot of things, right? I'm just asking for things to do and reasons for me to go. Maybe an achievement, maybe a collection buff or whatever. That if I go and do that boss, it definitely is going to be giving me something that I will feel like, yes, I definitely need to go and check the maps because maybe this boss is going to be spawning here, and then I will be able to get this achievement or this collection buff or this gold or whatever it is, right? Um, Also, guys, and this is going to be the last one. We need to make the magic team better. Magic units should be reworked. I think that the magic units should definitely be reworked so that they actually have the same SP and the tiles that the physical units have. They should be equal in amount as well. There is no reason why there should be more physical units than magical units. If there is a wiggle for physical team, there should be a wiggle for magical team. If there is a cry for physical team, there should be a cry for magical team as well. If there are 3-star characters for physical use 3 SP, why the 3-star characters for magical use 4? Right? Just make sure that magic is the same way, the same like as physical. Like there's people that would like to play with magic units. I myself created a second account with the sole purpose of using magic units, and I just was not able to do it because it is not enjoyable. Right? It just doesn't feel good. When you know that these other units that are physical deal so much damage and they have so many team combinations, and then when you are using magic, you're just bound to use the same units every time, it just feels bad. So, guys, I hope that these suggestions are actually good. If you guys at some point have the opportunity to provide some feedback to the developers, and if you think that any of the suggestions that I make here is actually good, if you want to do it and you want to give these suggestions to the developer, that would be great. I myself will be doing that as well. Um, And let me know in the comments. Is there anything else that you think that should have been done in this game so that the game is better? What are those things that you would like to see in the future for this game? I really want this game to last for a long time, and I really want this game to improve and to be challenging and to be enjoyable and fun. Hoping you guys having a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by. Subscribe and like if you like the content, and see you in the next one. Peace.